The countdown to face-off is presented by Castor. Good evening, live from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. It's the National Lacrosse League on a Saturday evening as the Ottawa Black Bears are in town to take on the Saskatchewan Rush. Cody James and John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you this evening. A lot at stake. The March to May has been incredible, and this evening is going to be one for the ages. Georgia, they're taking on Buffalo right now. Just from their perspective, win, they're in, lose, they're out. Ottawa playing the Rush tonight. They got a win and a Georgia loss. That gets them in the postseason, or they can lose. They're just going to need a little bit of help as Colorado and Calgary is the other game this evening. But on the floor tonight, I'm looking towards a guy like Jeff Teat, because if there's one player in this game and in this league who can be the biggest difference maker possible, it's Jeff Teat.
Oh, certainly. If Ottawa wants to punch their ticket to the playoffs tonight, they're going to need a big game from Jeff Teat, and he's been great all season. 53 goals, 54 assists, and on a heater of late, too. 45 points since the trade deadline, 8 goals in his last contest. Cody, I circled this date on the calendar as a lacrosse fan because we get to watch Jeff Teat in person tonight. I'm looking forward to what he can do.
Yeah, he was dialed in. He was the first player on the floor. That was close to 3 hours ago right now. He's dialed in for the big game for Saskatchewan. Look towards a guy like Austin Shanks. He's got 12 goals in his last 3 games, really heating up and finding his groove around this time of year.
Yeah, he set a couple new career highs for the free agent signing this offseason. He's at 33 goals, matching his jersey number, which also ties him for the team lead for Saskatchewan. Him getting hot and having a great game tonight is going to be crucial if the Rush want to close out their regular season with a victory.
In the third quarter right now, Buffalo and Georgia. The Bandits are up 10-8 on the Swarm. Andrew Q has a hat trick for the Swarm. Josh Byrne has 7 points for the Bandits. Remember, for Georgia, that's a must-win game, John.
Absolutely it is. And for the Ottawa team playing here tonight, they're also hoping that Georgia drops it, because that means the math is simple for the March to May for the Black Bears of Ottawa. That means beat the Rush tonight, and you're into the postseason. So keep an eye on that one throughout the evening here. Meanwhile, on our floor here, speaking of our game, a big one, as we've talked about, for the Ottawa Black Bears, starting in betwixt the red painted iron tonight. Zach Higgins, 8-9 on the year. He's made 682 saves. That's tied for second most in the league. A 10.63 goals against, a 790 save percentage. While to our right, in the familiar neon green home jerseys of Saskatchewan, that is starting Frank Chiliano. His career year continues. 10-4 of the season. Goals against, second in the league of 9.66. He's stopped the ball 554 times with a save percentage, much like Mr. Higgins, of 790.
I think these two are the 1-2 punch going for goaltender of the year. No disrespect to Christian Del Bianco in Vancouver, who's been phenomenal since that trade. But at the stripe in this one, it's rookie versus vet. Jake Naso in green for Saskatchewan, 61% on the draw, going up against Jay Thornburg, 51% on the draw. The veteran and rookie ref is ready, ball is down, and we are underway on Co-op Field. It's the regular season finale from Toontown. Ottawa opening possession. It'll be over and back as the Aaron pass crosses center after Ottawa had control in Rush territory. So Saskatchewan's offense goes to work. Austin Shanks has the rock. 69 points this season. Down for Ryan Keenan. Keenan finds Haley. It's Robert Church on a bit of a wheel. Church to the middle room to shoot, and he rings that one off the pipe.
I think that went off the pipe and then off of the defender running up the floor. That's Jones, also wearing a little bit of that ball.
Stevens in transition, finds Jones. That shot got blocked. Pop fly, ends up in the corner. Grabbed by Bobby Kidd III. Didn't actually dress in the Rush's last game against Colorado. Left the game after a warm-up injury. Here's Jeff Teat on a breakaway. Teat turns it around and he scores. Ottawa draws first blood. It's Jeff Teat with his 54th of the season.
If you're an Ottawa fan tuning in and you could handpick anybody to come on down on a breakaway, it's going to be Jeff Teat. What a treat it is to be able to watch this guy here tonight, Cody. Pretty simple, a disjointed play. It looked like it was going to go the Rush's way. Messenger laid a big hit, and then confusion at the back gate. Teat there, Johnny on the spot, and he goes high over Frank Chiliano. You know, if Jeff Teat has that kind of time alone, he's going to beat the goalie 9 times out of 10, up to 54 on the season. Remember, Cody, he's had tons of success against Saskatchewan.
Is there a worse first shot in the National Lacrosse League nowadays than a Jeff Teat breakaway?
No.
I don't think you could handpick something worse, as Jake Naso snaps up a face-off and the Rush offense goes to work. Saskatchewan 8-1 this year when their opponent scores first. That's ridiculous. Last year they were 1-8. Here's Brock Haley up top. Former Whitby Warriors star hands it off for Austin Shanks. Cross to Zach Mans. Mans now low bouncer, stopped by Higgins. Loose ball there. Triolo can't grab it. Ottawa will.
Yeah, most goalies want to see a couple shots to get into the game. You don't want to see Jeff Teat bearing down on you. I mean, for the fans watching in the nation's capital, they probably enjoyed it. Heck, I'll even admit I enjoyed that. That was a great breakaway move.
Pass gets picked off by Frank Chiliano as Connor Kiernan trying to throw one behind the net. Now the airmails ahead of Robert Church. Bounces off the backboards. Jones. Good body position, knocks it away, and then it's Kid the third who got knocked down by Noseworthy. He's not happy about it, but the push off ball means the Rush will get a fresh 30 clock to work with. Saskatchewan averaging 11.5 goals per game. That's 8th in the league. Ryan Keenan, the captain, far side of the floor. Surveys off to Shanks. Shanks far side, kick saved by Higgins. Rebound by Church is over the net. Mans gets it, 33 goals, 69 points for the Drexel alumni. Finds Robert Church. Church on the roll to the middle, short side, save made by Higgins. Dunk attempt coming, and Keenan throws it into the corner.
Great job by Callum Jones. He saw the dunk attempt coming, got between Keenan and the posts.
Mans settles it down. They still have 20 seconds to work with. Zach Mans up top. Haley inside. Keenan's robbed by Higgins. Two of them played together 2011 Minto Cup.
You said it, Cody. We've probably got the 2 top contenders for goalie of the year in this one going head-to-head. And so far, Higgins has faced a barrage of high-danger Rush chances, and he stood the task.
Ottawa offense gets a set piece here. Jeff Teat, lone goal scorer in this one. Coming off an 8-goal performance against Vegas. Swines fires, trying to go 5-pull. Frank Chiliano falls on it.
Last time he was in this building, 4 goals, 4 assists. Last time he played the Rush, back when Ottawa was still the New York Riptide, 13 points. Jeff Teat, like seeing green.
Clark Walter, 39 points on the season. Point away from back-to-back 40-point seasons. Austin Shanks now on the restraining line. Down for Walter. Walter drives. That shot got blocked by LaFontaine.
Past couple games, Walter has become an assist machine. He's kind of the straw that's been stirring the Rush offense's drink lately. He does the good things down low. He's physical, and he can distribute the ball with the best of them.
Fennell posts up on the logo, waits for Longboat. Both traded from Albany to Ottawa this year. Kiernan spins off a check. Pass behind the net, intended for Fennell. He was looking for the dunk, backdoor feed. Chiliano got over there, going left to right. Rebound got picked up by Jake Boudreau. He's got wheels. Robert Morris alumni. Boudreau's in transition. Barnable's up there. Boudreau now cross for Church, and the Rush might have gotten caught with too many men on the floor. That they did.
So Ottawa's going to go to the power play and face the second best penalty killing team in the league, being Saskatchewan, 61%. Meanwhile, Ottawa's power play 9th in the league, but you know what that means is more space for Jeff Teat.
Illegal substitution.
And I will say, Cody, we got talking about the guys obtained from Albany for this Ottawa team. They've had such a difference, and really Jeff Teat's taken off since he's got a little bit of offensive help. Since the deadline, 45 points. Is that good?
That's good. He'll be up top on the power play. Lefty strong look. Teat is there. Got it right back. The lefty short side scores. High to high. Teat's got 2.
There's not many players in the NLL that can score short side with that little bit of room, and Jeff Teat does it. Looked like Chiliano had that angle covered, but Jeff Teat just does Jeff Teat things, and I can't, Cody. I can't wait to watch him all night. Seeing eye shot, Chiliano looked like he had the angle, but when you're one of the best players, best scorers in the game today, you're going to find that little bit of ball-size space. That's exactly what he does, and puts his team, needing a win tonight to stay alive, up 2-0.
Rush didn't get stick on hands, and if you give Teat a second, he will make you pay. Naso face-off win. 5-on-5 once again. The Rush had a transition opportunity. They lost it themselves with the too many men on the floor. Now the offense looking for some revenge. Zach Mance, inside feed. Walters there, he bobbled the pass. Higgins scooped it, he'll airmail this one. Transition opportunity. McClelland is the first defender off the bench. He'll get back as Travis Longboat comes in to help for the Black Bears. Connor Kiernan started his career in San Diego back in 2019. Down to Riley O'Connor. O'Connor, big lefty, slings this one across. Kiernan driving, looking for a backhand dish. He'll find Clark. O'Connor's up top on the restraining line. Teat for the hat trick, and he's got it. 3 for Teat. We're 4 minutes in.
Just insanity, Cody. I can't think of a 3 quicker goals scored, at least in my time in the Rush broadcast booth, all from one man. The natural hat trick from Jeff Teat. And we've still got 10:24 left in this opening quarter, and he scored each goal a little different. First one, breakaway. Second one, a great shot over Chiliano. And this one, he gets lost amongst the wash, and he finds his spot in the middle and goes quick stick betwixt the legs of Frank Chiliano. And Teat's got 3 early in this one. And again, he looks like a man that wants to take this Ottawa team on his back and make sure that they're playing a postseason game next week.
11th hat trick of the season for Jeff Teat. This one took 4 minutes and 36 seconds to get done. Here's Ryan Keenan, the Rush captain. Keenan, little spin down, trying to drive inside. Shot ends up going wide. Mans caught it, though, in the midsection. Brock Haley swings it over. Mike Triolo to the middle. Triolo, big windup. That got blocked by LaFontaine. 5 to shoot. Triolo can't corral it. Ottawa's going to go the other way here. 9:55 left to go in the opening quarter. Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you. Ottawa 3-0 on Saskatchewan. Enemy territory on a Saturday night. Final day of the regular season in the NLL. O'Connor for Clark. Longboat. Back to O'Connor. O'Connor going to drive inside, try to go far on Chiliano once again. Ends up in the corner. Longboat's there. Short side, kicked away by Frank Chiliano. Everyone in the crease as Mike Messenger takes a punch behind the scenes. Jake Boudreau runs it up the floor. Hasek could go off for a change. Walter comes in to help.
Riley O'Connor was down in the Rush crease and in no panic to get up.
Walter for Haley. Haley, long range shot. Higgins reads the ball well from the outside. That's an easy stop for him.
Great rebound control as well, Cody. You can see him move his body in the direction that he wants that ball to end up, allowing his defenders to pick it up.
Taggart Clark, another Robert Morris alumni in this contest. We'll swing it around for Jeff Teat. Teat, captain of this Black Bears squad again. Big wind up there. Barnable got his stick in the way as Barnable knocks this one all the way down as Higgins goes to pick it up. 8:37 left to go in quarter number 1. It's been all Ottawa on the road. Jeff Teat has a hat trick, and the Black Bears lead by 3.
NLL Unboxed is bringing lacrosse to schools and communities around North America. Do you want to be part of the next wave of lacrosse greats? Scan the code, nominate your school, and get in the game. Well, Ottawa head coach Dan Loudiser said that because of a slow start to the season, the team has felt under Game 7 pressure for the last few weeks, and how they've gotten through it is focusing on what they can control, and that means tonight, no scoreboard watching, but just getting through this obstacle that is Frank Chiliano and the Saskatchewan Rush. And part of that is, of course, unleashing Jeff Teat, but he also says that they have to try to control the pace of the game, which is going to be tough because the Saskatchewan Rush are known for their athleticism. But he also said, hey, desperate animals can be dangerous. Cody?
Brock Haley has it up top on the logo. Back and away on Co-op Field. Robert Church near side boards. He'll run to the middle. Shanks set the pick. Mans out of the corner. Man's now up top. Church inside feed. Keenan has a defender all over him. No room to catch that pass cleanly. Ottawa defensively looks like they're playing a playoff game because they essentially are. Longboat, far side of the floor on the restraining line. 5 goals this year with Ottawa. As Sundown off the bench. Teat back across the floor. Longboat to the middle. Big wind-up kick saved by Frank Chiliano. It's grabbed by Matt Hossack. Jake Boudreau. Pass got just behind him. Couldn't catch that one cleanly as Longboat scoops it in the corner. Boudreau and Hossack are in there on the forecheck. Not two things you would generally expect, but that they are. Ball got thrown up to the Ottawa bench, and they're going to give the Rush possession. Saskatchewan scratching Levi Anderson, Keegan Bell. Tonight, Sam Liu, Jacob Dunbar out of the lineup for Ottawa. Clark Walter, far side of the floor, Limestone alumni on the college circuit. Trying to hit Triolo, passes behind him. Now Shanks won't grab it. Church will, and he rips that one off the post. Robert Church finds iron. Saskatchewan with a goose egg on their side so far. Triolo for Church, 26 goals on the season. Walter didn't have anyone to pass it to. Now Mans was going down low. He got stripped of the ball, though. Back the other way. It's going to be a breakaway. Walter's on the back check. Opportunity, and Chiliano can't make the stop. It's Jake Stevens with the breakaway goal.
His third of the season for Stevens out of Guelph. Spent his college days at Syracuse. And right now, a great play there by Stevens. Let's not discredit that at all, Cody, as you see him pick up the loose ball, turn on the Jets. But, man, the Rush look like they're having a nap out here with some of the sloppy play that we've seen early on in this one. I get it. They've got second locked up, but you don't want to – you see what happens when you limp into the playoffs. It generally doesn't bode well for you. They got to wake themselves up. But what a great goal. Jake Stevens going in on the breakaway there, and – tons of speed there, and I think that's what's burying the Rush, as Ottawa just seems to have another gear so far tonight, Cody.
Reed Kurt scoops it off a face-off win. Thornbert doing his job. He's battling the rookie here. Kiernan up top. Righty forward, waits for Larson Sundown. 87 career goals for Larson Sundown. Plays his summer ball in Victoria with the Shamrocks. Teat slings this one across. 5 on the shot clock. O'Connor finds Teat. Shoulder saved by Chiliano. Rebound scooped up by Jake Boudreau. Boudreau's got Shanks off the bench. 2-on-1. Backfeed Shanks far side. Higgins knew exactly where he was going.
That save by Frank Chiliano moments ago. Career number 5,001. Made his 5,000th save on the big pad save. I'm sure he'd like to have a few more saves here early on in this one tonight, Cody.
Church up top, corner Shanks, inside Haley. He's stopped, but he's barreled into the post. Penalty coming against Ottawa. Chiliano goes to the bench. They'll run it 6-on-5. Haley's up and okay. Shanks has Church. Third lefty on the floor, it's Clark Walter. Church and Mans play pass up top. Church flips it, Shanks takes it, trying to float that one far side. Goes wide. Mans has it up top. Still 6-on-5 here, 10 on the shot clock. Church. Keenan back for Shanks, and he scores! Austin Shanks takes the goose egg off the board. The Rush have won.
Shanks now taking the team lead in goals with his 34th of the season. He just missed his favorite spot a moment ago, that over the top of the goaltender on the right shoulder. Higgins this time got a little tripped up on his slide there. He went down in that quasi-butterfly one-knee position he likes to go down on. It was a little early as a crisp pass over to Shanks, and he's able to go up and over Zach Higgins and break the goose egg for Saskatchewan and break one past Zach Higgins for the first time tonight.
4th shot of the game already for Austin Shanks in this one. Higgins, a former Whitby Warrior, has had Shanks' number here early. Robert Church, though, runs the rock up north. Shots 10-7 in favor of the Rush. Keenan on the logo. Down for Zach Mance. Mance to the middle, and he scores! Two's got number 2 for the Rush.
And the Rush goal-scoring lead contest just went backy-forthy. Shanks gets 34, Mans gets 34, and the Rusher on a 2-goal mini run after, I'm assuming, probably having the paint turn off the walls of the bench during our first break there. Mans just steps into one. Heavy shot. Higgins gets almost enough of it. He's almost able to dive back and get it, and that would have been a 10-beller, but Zach Higgins did about everything he could on that one. Sometimes a heavy shot like that's just going to squeak by you.
Huge hit off the face-off there as Luke Magnet sent down Connor McClelland. A couple of Manitoba products in this game here. Luke Magnet and Jarrett Smith.
Played my last game of AA midget goal in Pine Falls, Manitoba. So I'm probably the only guy in the building outside of Luke that has actually been there.
Taggart Clark runs it up, finds Jeff Teat. Scored the first 3 goals this evening. Teat now defended by Jay. Frank Chiliano punches that one out with the right pad. Longboat and Boudreau in there battling for the loose ball, but it ends up going out of play. It'll be an Ottawa ball when we come back. The Rush have 2 straight. Austin Shanks has 1. Zach Mans has the other. 4-2 is the score on Co-op Field. NLL.com/pickup to vote for the Connection of the Month, presented by Eero today. One lucky winner will be selected to a prize valued at $700. NLL Pick'em is the new way to get involved with weekly and monthly prizes. Everyone has a chance to win. Play today at NLL.com/pickup.
Story of this one so far is the Jeff Teat show. Already a hat trick, and we're not even out of our opening quarter here. And Jeff Teat just seems to like to play here in Saskatchewan. As I mentioned, 3 goals already tonight. Last time he was here as a member of the New York Riptide, well, he had 4 goals and 4 assists on 10 shots, also scooping 14 loose balls. There's something about the neon green turf that turns him into some sort of superhero. I mean, we all know he's a superhero of lacrosse, but Jeff Teat loves playing here at SaskTel Center. 3 goals, as I mentioned, already on this one, on just 5 shots and a loosie so far tonight. So it's a bit of a trend, Cody. Jeff Teat does good things in Sask.
First overall pick back in 2020. Black Bears have possession. Kiernan slings it over for Teat. 20 on the shot clock. Boudreau trying to push him downwind. Now he'll run up top. Backdoor feed. O'Connor's there, and he's stopped by Chiliano.
Chiliano's best save of the night as he started to settle down after giving up the 4 early goals. Again, 3 of them on real high danger chances, and the other one on Jeff Teat doing Jeff Teat things.
Well, it is a playoff race here. We'll keep you up to date. Georgia's now taking the lead on Buffalo. They're up 12-11. Robert Church up top for the Rush. Backpedals on the restraining line. 7 on the shot clock. Haley's out of the corner. Brock Haley, big wind up. That one ends up going out of play.
And I love it too here, our production team. We've got that Georgia score for you right here on your TV screen. You don't have to flip back and forth. We've got it here for you. It's pretty simple. Georgia lost, Ottawa wins. Black Bears are in the postseason. Georgia wins, it gets complicated.
Jacob Hickey with the go-ahead goal for Georgia. Teats on the floor, little BTB passes. O'Connor got blown up by Mike Messenger. Long pass up finds Ryan Barnable, 2-time national champion at RIT out in Rochester. Down for Clark Walter. Walter, inside feed, Church short side, scores! Robert Church has 27 on the season.
We talked about a little earlier, Cody, on how much of a distributor and a creator that Clark Walter has turned himself into, and you see it right here. A seeing eye pass to Robert Church, and the little hesitation move allows him time and space past his defender to get into that shooting position there. You can see his defender come out, trying to get him. Little hesitation. Church shoots, scores, and goes up and over Zach Higgins. And the Rush coming back off the mat on this one with 3 straight goals after giving up the opening 4 markers, Cody.
11 assists in his last 4 games for Clark Walter. Is a guy who primarily isn't the one with the ball in his stick. He's figuring out a way to dish it around a little bit. There you go, 13-11 Georgia up on Buffalo as well. We'll keep you up to date on both games here. Zach Mans with it. Rush trail by 1. Swim move. Mans now kicks it up top. Keenan, short side over the net. Haley battling in the slot for it. Grabbed by Ottawa. Transition opportunity. In a break opportunity, as Chiliano doesn't have to make a save there.
Chiliano, good position, not giving the shooter a whole lot of options there. As Jake Stevens, he was looking for his second in this one, Cody.
Stevens was flying again. Oh. Couldn't even catch his number. He was on the far side of the floor. Shanks inside feet. It's over the head of Ryan Keenan. Behind the net, Mans has it. Fake dunk attempt. Flips it. Shanks, little pump fake. Higgins stays on his feet. Shanks still has it. Trying to hit Big Triolo. 6'8" forward. Mike Triolo out of Toronto. Ball ends up on the ground. Walter can't scoop it up.
I like the play there by Luke Magnan. He was able to just keep his stick in Shanks' face without committing a penalty, obviously. Wasn't hitting him there, but that's enough you were throwing him off because you know Austin Shanks wants to shoot far side from there, so take that away from him. That's exactly what Magnan did with the great stick work.
Larson's sundown. All the way back, far corner, doesn't on the shot clock. Up top, O'Connor shot picked off cleanly by Bobby Kidd the third, and he wants to run. BK3 in transition, has one goal this season. Falls to the ground though, still got a pass off to Matt Hossack. Hossack, league leader, 33 caused turnovers. Heading into the final weekend of NLL regular season action. Haley finds Church, rushed down by 1. 10 on the shot clock. Church's pass got knocked down. He's gonna have to get back. Marinier, one arm flip. This is across. LaFontaine has it. He'll peel back on Barnable. Decides not to shoot it. No, lets the offense get out there. 90 seconds left to go in the quarter. Ottawa up 4-3. Jeff Teat has 3 of those. Tito run away from McClellan's. Taggart Clark in to set the pick. Pass for Teat. Try to go low to low. Short side. Ends up behind the cage. Jake Boudreau will jog it up. 62 seconds left to go in the opening frame. Austin Shanks, 1 goal in the quarter. Tied for the team lead with 34 goals this season. It's Zach Mans. Mans acquired from Toronto a couple summers ago. Mans now trying to go 7-hole again, but this time Higgins squeezes that right arm to his body.
And good thing he did, as Mike Triolo, all 6'8" of him, was standing right there waiting for that ball to drop. He's got more reach than just about any defender here on this Ottawa team, so great job by Higgins controlling that one.
O'Connor down for Teat, 4th season in the NLL. Teat swim move, trying to get around Messenger. He's pushed back into the corner. Teat now far side. Chiliano falls down on it. Hossack has it. 15 seconds left to go in the quarter. Rush are going to take their timeout though and go 6-on-5.
There's very few players in the world that, again, I know I'm gushing about Jeff Teat, but how can you not, Cody, right? He's going one-on-one there with Mike Messenger. Messenger, a larger, thicker human, and he's just making him look silly as he's moving around with the stick and the ball, and it's just incredible what he can do. Definitely a dramatic change in this one, Cody. It really seems like the tale of 2 half quarters for both these teams. Ottawa came out flying. We're just taking it to the rush. I would like to know a censored version of what Jimmy Quinlan and Derek Keenan said to their players during our first commercial timeout, because they've been a completely different squad since then.
Yeah, T just finds ways to give himself space, right? If you're a forward, you know, you can't do anything. You can't operate if you got a D-man on you all the time. But it's that little back step that opened up room for the pass. He does the little things right, and that's why he's the front runner for MVP, seemingly year after year. Rush will go 6-on-5, though. Frank Chiliano will sit on the bench. The Rush already have a 6v5 goal on a delayed penalty. Austin Shanks scored that one. They'll go 3 righties, 3 lefties. Zach Mans will have the ball just on the Rush side of path. Brian Keenan, Clark Walter out there with Austin Shanks, Brock Haley, and Robert Church. Walter circles the net. 7 seconds to operate. Haley for Church. Not a lot of movement right now. Back for Keenan, far side. It's off the post.
Great A chance there for Ryan Keenan, but he gets a little iron in his diet there as time expires.
Opportunity to tie it, but it's the red friend that saves the Black Bears. Ottawa up 4-3. Jeff Teat has a first quarter hat trick. We're back with the second.
Get ready for the playoffs with NLL Plus for free. The league's new streaming service offers fans around the world access to live games, the league's new multi-viewer experience, full game replays, highlights, and exclusive content. Sign up today at nll.com/plus. Territory restrictions apply. Austin Shanks has just been an absolute firecracker for the Saskatchewan Rush. Head coach Jimmy Quinlan says he has been more than they expected even, and they expected a lot of him when they picked him up. But one of the things that came in handy tonight is the fact that Jimmy says that he always has a smile on his face, no matter whether the team's seeing success or not, and that positive attitude around the group in those situations is helpful, and obviously helped him a lot of tonight as he opened up the scoring for the Rush. Cody?
Austin Shanks, 20 career hat tricks now as quarter number 2 is underway. Jake Naso 6 for 8 on the draw in the opening quarter, but Ottawa gets possession here to start the second. Little flip pass for Stevens. If not for Teeth, Stevens is easily Ottawa's best player so far here. He's had multiple opportunities. Man's off the bench. Stop made by Higgins. Back the other way. Ottawa will force it in transition. It's Burkhoff. He'll post up. Rookie out of Peterborough. Little back pedal, slows it down. Lets the offense jump out on the floor. Deep far side, one-on-one with Matt Hossick. Best forward in the game against the best defender. Who doesn't love this matchup? Long boat now, up top. Teat shot. That goes off of Garland's leg. That one stung a bit. Hossick finds Jarrett Smith. Smith net pulls back on the restraining line. Hossick is there as well. 15 assists this year for Matt Hossick. That's a career high for him, along with the 19 points he's tagged along in green. Robert Church down for Shanks. Shanks finds Walter. Backdoor feed. Keenan, wrong side of the floor, got a one-timer off, but Higgins got over there quicker.
Still impressive, the ability to get off any kind of shot in that spot. Moving your body's moving one way, your hands moving the other, and you're shooting in the wrong direction. Great athletic play there by Keenan to get away with one.
Kurt scoops it up and sends it the other way. 70 loose balls this season. Long boat. Cross for Teat. Captain of the Black Bears. Long boat shot. That got blocked by Boudreau. Ball goes all the way back to Teat. He's got 5 seconds to work with. Jarrett Smith putting a little pressure on. Pass back intended for Fennell, but that ends up going into the corner.
The Rush have started to pick up on what Ottawa's trying to do to get Jeff Teat time and space. They're trying lots of good picks, hard picks to keep the defenders away from him, but so far they're starting to push through those a little bit more and at least get a stick in the lane for Teat.
Triolo for Keenan. 5-hole shot got stopped. Walter couldn't capitalize on the rebound. Mance hitting the boards, never had possession of the ball.
How about Callum Jones there, stepping on his horse to get over there and pick up that loose ball and get Ottawa moving in the correct direction for them. What a great play.
Bobby Kidd the third now. Strips Burkhoff cleanly of the ball. Hossick up for Boudreau. A breakaway. Boudreau, couple of fakes, and Higgins stones him.
Higgins doesn't even react to any of the fakes and stands tall. That is real hard to do as a goaltender, to not bite on any of those. Great save, great play there by Higgins.
Boudreau had 2 goals 6 days ago in Saskatchewan's 11-6 win over Colorado inside Ball Arena. Teat again up top. Clark denied by Frank Chiliano.
Again, lots of ball movement, lots of bodies getting in the way. You can see Ottawa's game plan is to keep Hossick and Messenger away from Jeff Teat. And they've been able to do that with some success. A little bit less here in the second quarter so far, Cody.
9 straight saves for Frank Chiliano. Robert Church looking to cut to the window on Marinier. Shanks sets the pick, gets the pass back out far side, trying to float this one again. Walter's on the rebound. He's stopped by Higgins. Penalty coming up behind. Shanks got taken out. Rush will slow it down. Chiliano's got the long run to the bench here. They go 6-on-5 though. Scored on one earlier. Shanks with a little bit of a feint. Now they'll set it up. Keenan and Church were up top. Keenan over to Church. Pass intended for Shanks. Ends up with Haley instead. Low to low stop by Higgins. Good clean save. Doesn't allow a rebound either. And now Marinier goes for an extra word with Austin Shanks.
Well, it looks like we got another whistle here. I'm not sure if that's a warning. Marinier is going to be getting an extra 2 minutes here. We'll have to wait for the call, Cody. But it looks like it was something the officials, he said something to the officials that they weren't exactly a fan of.
2 minutes, check behind.
So they are just going to leave it at the 2
All right,
minutes
Sexton,
there. So
you
it
got
was
the-
more of a, hey, maybe talk less loud, if you will, on that one.
Here's a quick look as you see the cross check after. A quick shot by Shanks on the power play, kicked out by Higgins. Ball popped over to Robert Church in the corner. Shanks has it again. Shot clock did get reset. Higgins made that save. Church is up top. Righty strong look on the power play. Mance for Church. Step down. Save made by Higgins. Basically sliding on those plastic knee guards.
That's incredible, the athleticism to get down and do that and not tear everything in your legs. That's why Zach Higgins is down there and I'm up here, Cody.
O'Connor on the co-op field logo. Shorthanded for the next minute 30. Ottawa scored 5 shorties this year. The Rush have allowed 6. Messenger now causes a turnover as Clark lost it for a second. Smith in there trying to pick it up. And 10:24 left to go in the quarter. Rush power play can jump back on the floor here.
Seeing why Ottawa's such a good penalty killing team. First in the league, the ability to just grind out possessions for the opposition like that.
Church is up top. Another righty strong look here. He'll switch spots with Austin Shanks. Mance, Shanks down for Keenan. Up top. Shanks won't shoot it. Keenan all the way across. Haley now, a couple of fakes. Trying to put it off that far pipe. High bounce will get scooped up by Jones. Jones now knocked down by Bobby Kidd III. A huge hit as he steps off the bench.
BK3 jumps off the bench as quick as it was about as close to legal procedure as you could get. He jumps off the bench, lays out his man, and breaks up that scoring chance.
Penalty coming against Saskatchewan. May it have been too many men on the floor. Teat running backdoor. Jay got his stick in the way. Longbow defended by McClellan. Shot clock will expire. Penalty coming against Saskatchewan, though. It'll be a tripping call on, I believe, Bobby Kidd III. 9:28 left to go in the second quarter. Here's another look at it. Tripping is the call on Bobby Kidd III. The NBA playoff first round continues tomorrow afternoon with an ABC doubleheader. The Western Conference top seed, the OKC Thunder, hosts the Grizzlies in Game 1 of their series at 1 Eastern. Then it's the Eastern Conference 2v7 matchup between Celtics and Magic. Our coverage tips off at 12:30 Eastern with NBA Countdown.
Basketball. Love it. It's a great sports day tomorrow, Cody. What can I say? Find yourself a couch and settle on in. Looking forward to the NBA playoffs. Somebody's going to be ending the NBA playoffs with a championship, just like John LaFontaine did twice here in Saskatchewan. See here from a while ago from the 2016 run, lifting up the old Champions Cup. And I can tell you, as the broadcaster for that game, Cody, John LaFontaine and I, among some other players, were among the first to discover that the old cup did in fact leak.
LaFontaine spent 7 seasons here in Saskatchewan. That final game was crazy. Everyone remembers the Cornwall goal, but the 2 Robert Church goals to tie it up, just as electric in this building. And again, playoffs are back here in a week's time with the single game elimination quarterfinal. Opponent, TBD. Jeff Teats up top. Black Bears on the power play. Clark inside. One-timer stopped.
Huge save there. Frank Chiliano had next to no time to react. Gets the arm out. Big save there for the Rush's big goaltender.
Matt Hossack. Little pump fake. Now he fires this one down for Zach Mance. Mans out of the corner. 34 goals on the season. Rush have scored 6 times while shorthanded. The Black Bears have allowed 8. Robert Church, one-on-one with Marinier. Big lefty D-man. Inside, Keenan got hauled down. I believe that's going to be a penalty as Keenan had 0 chance to catch it.
Right as we say nice things about the former member of the Saskatchewan Rush, John LaFontaine, he gets an arm out there on Keenan, and now he's going to sit in the opposite end of the sin bin than he used to when he played here.
Huddle number 33, minor penalty, holding.
LaFontaine goes to the box as we welcome in our viewers on ESPNU. It's the Ottawa Black Bears and the Saskatchewan Rush. A little National Lacrosse League action on a Saturday night. Jeff Teat has a hat trick for the Black Bears as they're in the lead. Wearing white tonight, Saskatchewan's in green. Playing 4-on-4 right now. Zach Mans has the ball for the Rush. Mans backdoor feed over the head of Austin Shanks. Loose ball in the middle. Callum Jones poked it forward. It got grabbed by Marinier. He'll wait for some offensive help as Zach Mans caught back on defense now. Jeff Teat has the ball. He'll run across the floor, defended by Matt Hosick. Long boat for Clark. Clark across the floor. Teat got it right back. Taggart Clark now. He'll drive down low, flips it in front, and Kiernan misses the mark.
And fans just joining us on ESPNU, you're seeing up on the top right of your screen, it's now a final 14-11. The Georgia Swarm have eliminated Ottawa from the postseason contention. So this game now, Black Bears just playing for pride.
A 6-goal run to close things out for Georgia.
Unbelievable.
Haley over to Walter. Rusher on the power play, 5 on the shot clock. Walter, swim move, peels it back. Bobby Kidd the third. Playing a shift to vote. Big kick save made by Zach Higgins. Brent Noseworthy now running away from Connor McClelland. Where's number 13 for his favorite hockey play growing up in Matt Sundin? Leafs obviously in the playoffs, taking on Ottawa. Jeff Teat now defended by Messenger and Jay. The double team is on. Teat trying to get free. He'll spin away. Got his hands free though. Still holding on to it. Messenger knocks him down. The ball ends up in the corner.
So mentioned, Cody, we got NHL playoffs, we got NBA playoffs, we got NLL playoffs starting next week. It might be the best time of the year right now.
100%. Zach Mans down for Church. Shanks up top. Mans won't shoot it. Keenan will, and it's off the crossbar. This is going to bounce all the way back. John LaFontaine has a breakaway. LaFontaine in his former building, stopped by Chiliano.
Great job there by Zach Mans after an offensive shift, just getting back there just enough that LaFontaine could see him coming, knowing that he didn't have quite enough time.
Robert Church now drives to the middle. He got stripped at the last second by Magnan.
Pine Falls, Manitoba product, Luke Magnan. Played in the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League growing up.
Jeff Teat, far side, got around Smith. Adam Jay's got to slide down. Teat now trying to cut to the middle on his backhand. Got a twister away, but Frank Chiliano makes the save with 5:52 left to go in the first half.
And again, this Ottawa defense doing a great job of keeping Teat away from Messenger and Hosick, but Adam Jay stepped up big there.
Walter, short side. Got Higgins going the wrong way. Still hit him in the hip, and then Walter got buried from behind.
They were going to give Rush possession after that, after the hard pick was set on Clark Walter. He's taken already 3 of 4 of those, Cody. His body's going to be beaten, battered, and bruised like it is after every game.
Keenan came in there and had a word. He didn't like that. The captain of the Saskatchewan Rush. Robert Church now. He's denied. Ball on the boards. Grabbed and run up the floor. 5:20 left to go. Numbers for Burkhoff. Burkhoff. That shot goes way wide. Ends up on the netting behind as Matt Hosick and Burkhoff exchange some words. Burkhoff shakes his gloves as he wants to fight. But for Saskatchewan, that's not a trade-off Derek Keenan would be happy with. Mans all alone in front. He rings it off the iron. The last time Saskatchewan was in this building, they hit 12 posts against the Calgary Roughnecks. They've already hit 5 this evening.
Keenan's got a hat trick of posts already tonight.
It's something about the nets here, maybe. Jeff Teat, far side of the floor. Less than 5 to go in the second. Jarrett Smith will defend him. In front, Kiernan's there, and he scores! In and out of his stick in the blink of an eye. Connor Kiernan has 19 on the season.
Great play there by Kiernan as he is able to sneak his way down the other side of the floor. So this is what happens when you're paying so much attention to Jeff Teat, which of course you're going to have to. Sometimes guys are going to get lost there. Kiernan just makes a quick little pivot move. He's left all alone, man behind the net's able to connect with them, and Kiernan's got his, as you mentioned, 19th of the season. Again, that behind the net position, something Saskatchewan has struggled with the entire year, and it burns them yet again there.
Big goal by Kiernan, but lacrosse fans following along saw the Georgia Swarm win against Buffalo. That means the Ottawa Black Bears are eliminated from the playoffs. Naso face-off win, and he snipes one home. Number 2 for 56.
The man has quickly become a fan favorite here in Saskatchewan. They scream his name after every face-off win, and for the second time this season, he scoops and he scores. Wins the face-off cleanly. You're expecting him to go off, and there's no shot chart on Jake Naso, because I believe, Cody, he's got 2 shots and 2 goals this year, so you don't really know where he's going to go. Naso comes on in, little fake, goes low, and beats Higgins for his second of the game. And he's trying to get everybody fired up here in SaskTel Center.
Scored his first goal of the season, first of his career here on Co-op Field against Philly. Back the other way, Naso thought about it again, ends up running into the corner. Now it's an outlet, finds Matt Hossack. Hossack to the middle. Boy, he can let it fly. He opted out there. Austin Shanks jogs it across. Defended by Noseworthy inside. Ryan Keenan double pipe. Oh, this can't be real life for 15 in green. Back the other way come the Black Bears. O'Connor says, let's slow it down. Larson Sundown's on the logo. 3:57 left to go in the second. 5-4, Ottawa leading Saskatchewan. Final day of the regular season in the NLL. Kiernan for T. Back to Kiernan. Kiernan's going to drive inside, stopped by Shiliano. Jared Smith now jogs it up the floor. Mans and Keenan are off the bench, but Jared Smith will slow it down. Played for the Toronto Beaches, was recruited there by Luke Magnan. Austin Shanks with it, right forward. He'll keep it hot, down for Zach Mans. Mans over to Church. Church has a one-on-one with Jones. Finds Mans, shot clock expiring, and the defender was all over him. Zach Mans unable to get a shot off. But Jake Naso, he's been dominant at the dot, and he's got his second goal of the year. Our Stanley Cup playoff first round coverage begins tomorrow with 3 game ones. Devils Hurricanes on ESPN at 3 Eastern. Senators Maple Leafs is on ESPN 2 at 7 and back on ESPN. The Golden Knights host the Wild at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Our pregame coverage begins with The Point at 2 Eastern on ESPN 2. The road to the Cup, it is on, and what a game this afternoon. The Winnipeg Jets take down the St. Louis Blues in game number 1.
Oh, I was so happy to see my Jets beat your former roommates, Braden Shen's St. Louis Blues. Quite happy here. Wearing my Jet socks tonight, Cody.
Absolute barn burner on Co-op Field as well. The Ottawa Black Bears and Saskatchewan Rush. Ottawa's got 3 from Jeff Teague. The Rush, a little bit more of a balanced attack as they've had all year long. The Rush, not looking like anyone's going to hit the 80-point plateau. The last team to win the NLL and not have anyone reach the 80-point plateau, the 2011 Toronto Rock.
Interesting.
The season was only 16 games back then as well. Ottawa in white, their offense on the floor. Captain Jeff Tate, 100-plus points this season. Taggart Clark, a little backhand whip. That got stopped by the right shoulder of Frank Shiliano. Shiliano, 9th all-time in NLL wins now.
That's pretty decent. You mentioned the Rush, too, and the balanced scoring. All of their big guys seem to have missed a game or 2 here and there because of injury or otherwise. So that's a big reason why some of the point totals are down for them, I think. But, yeah, the scoring by committee has been working well for them.
Fennell, long shot from outside. The Rush are only going to have 6 players playing all 18 games this season. Hossack up the floor. He's one of them. Hands it off to Robert Church. Church, the franchise leader in goals. Down for Mans. Mans has a lane inside. Rips that one off the helmet of Higgins.
Those never feel good. Higgins, I can tell you right now, is a bit of a ringing in his ears.
Mans caught Teat back on defense and almost made him pay. Teat has it again. Extended shift. Slings one over for Riley O'Connor, son of Greg O'Connor, the Saskatchewan Rush Eastern Scouts. Sundown finds Teat. Teat looking gassed at the end of a shift. Kiernan out of the corner. Clark on the roll. Inside, Kiernan was there, but the shot clock expired.
Yeah, what a shift there by Jeff Teat. The guy was absolutely out of wind by the end of that one, but still what he did, he came across, took his defender with him. That was about 3 minutes of lacrosse for him, and man, Cody, I'd be doubled over in pain after a minute of running.
Robert Church around a Mike Triolo screen. Man's out of the corner, has one this evening. Church for Triolo, trying to spin inside. Triolo cutting his way to the net. Ball won't make its way on target.
And that's Mike Triolo's signature move. He's big, he's tall, he uses all of that, but a great job by the defender. Just focus on the stick, knock it off of him, and when he gets a shot away like that, it's going to be wide and inaccurate because of stick work, because you're not going to outbody Mike Triolo when he's backing you down.
When he's running downhill, he's a hard man to stop at 6'8", 225. Clark bounces this one straight out of play.
Clark, he was looking for that low corner by the feet of Frank Chiliano. Just a little too sharp in the angle and bounce it up into the stands.
Osick up the floor. We'll see if the Rush go for a 2-for-1. Quick shot essentially so they can get the ball back. Keenan hauled down by Callum Jones. Picked up by Magnet.
Callum Jones puts a bit of a pin in that plan there for the Rush. The one-man wrecking crew there creating the turnover.
Marinier hands it off for Teat. He'll slow it down. 20 on the shot clock. Basically says, hey, we're not going to rush this one. Teat now defended by Messenger. Teat to the middle, doesn't shoot it. Kiernan. Backside, they've got a man behind the net. In front's Kiernan, another quick stick opportunity. Scored like that already this quarter.
He's had a couple good looks like that as Frank Chiliano's going to haul it to the bench.
Remember, the Rush don't have their timeout, though. Ball got flipped up as Chiliano.
Ottawa called their timeout there, Cody, right as Chiliano was sprinting to the bench. Ottawa didn't like the look they had of the personnel they had. It looks like they're the bench. Our officiating crew here signaled to the Ottawa bench like they had called timeout. And that's what right now Ryan Keenan and Frank Chiliano are asking for the explanation about them calling timeout because they didn't have the ball at the moment.
Interesting, but we'll see if we get an explanation. Looks like we will. So they're going to give Ottawa the timeout, which means that they would also get the ball.
Right, so they're going to have to give Ottawa the ball back down there. Thought the shot clock had expired, but either way, coming up in the half, we'll talk playoffs. We'll have the highlights of this one. Week 21 around the league, as you mentioned, Cody, last week of the regular season. As we get into playoffs, how excited are you?
Oh, it's great, right? It's been 6 years since playoffs have been in this building. 7 years since the Rush have won a playoff game. That was a championship in 2018. Jimmy Quinlan, obviously a huge part of the success with the Rush organization. He is the only player to have his jersey number retired. It's on a banner, it's up in the rafters. And obviously a huge part of those 3 championships in 4 years. The glory days, as they call it, something the Saskatchewan Rush, the new core, wants to get back to.
Well, they've got the pieces there. They've got a young core that's built well, and a lot of these guys signed to contracts for next year and beyond as well.
So they turned the shot clock off and gave Ottawa possession. Longboat penalty coming against Saskatchewan. Teat, his pass got knocked down by Boudreau. Jay will take a shot at the empty net. But I believe Holden Garland is going to go with a sin bin here.
Yeah, he was matched up with Kiernan right in front of the net, got up a little high with a check. You just saw Kiernan go down, so with less than a second left in this one, this half, I should say.
Minutes for slashing.
Gonna give him the slashing call on that, and with under a second left, probably won't see much of anything happen here before
they're going to check the clock as well, maybe add a couple of seconds. Seemed like it was pretty well on. I don't think too much really wound down.
No, certainly, and I think Ottawa's feeling the same thing as Zach Higgins is making his way back to the net just in case. So a bit of a disjointed on both sides end to this one. Teat winds, fires, shoots from about half as he took possession. And you're right, Cody, they got it bang on. Clock was under a second, and we're at halftime.
Well, we get a lot of conversation behind the scenes as well, as Frank Chiliano not too happy with, I believe that's Connor Kiernan. Conversation continues. Well, it's heated, but again, as you said, it's the end of the regular season here. For some teams, there's no tomorrow. For Saskatchewan, they've secured second. But Jeff Teat so far in the opening half of play, he has been phenomenal. 5 shots on goal, 3 of them have found twine. He also has an assist. So 4 of the 5 goals have included Jeff Teat, and he's down with Heather Morrison right now.
All right, Jeff, you came out so hot at the top of the game, and then the pace shifted a bit. What happened?
Yeah, they're a great team. They made some adjustments. They rallied, right? And then, it's our job to do the same thing here. So we're tied at close game at half.
You're now responsible for the fastest hat trick in your franchise history, and I think it's been more than a decade in the NLL since someone's brought a hat trick that fast. How do you keep up that energy in the second half?
Yeah, playing a little desperate. Kind of been the motto the last couple of games is, our season's on the line here, and we just got to play to win.
All right, thanks. Good luck, Jeff.
Thank you.
Back to you, Cody.
Teat has been efficient with the rock here on Co-op Field. Ottawa on the road leading 5-4 after 30 minutes of play. 2 quarters down, 2 to go. We're back with halftime on ESPNU. Live at the half here, Co-op Field inside SaskTel Center. It's Cody James and John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you. The Ottawa Black Bears on the road this evening, leading the Saskatchewan Rush by a score of 5-4. Ottawa came out firing the Rush, maybe a little pulled back. They've got second place secured, but it was Jeff Teat, natural hat trick to start the game. Just ridiculous, but it really was a tale of 2 tapes because Saskatchewan started punching back a little bit later.
Certainly, if you're not going to come out with your A game ready to go against Jeff Teat, he's going to do exactly what he did to you in the first 4 minutes of this game. As we're going to take a look at all the Ottawa scores, all 5 of them, and start right here with this one. Jeff Teat, broken play in front of the Rush bench. That's the first shot that Frank Chiliano saw. That's not how you want to start a game. And then Jeff Teat seeing eye shot as well. We've always called this the Jeff Teat show. There's his third wing. Bingo, bango, bongo right there. 3 goals. Nice and quick for Teat.
Yeah, Stevens was awesome as well. Here's his breakaway goal. He could have had multiple others. He was flying in transition. Saskatchewan, though, they found a response, came from a few different players. Austin Shanks got it going. And I think that 6-on-5 goal really did start to turn the tides for the Rush.
Certainly did. I think it was after the first commercial break, after Ottawa had really come out and punched them in the mouth a little bit, that the Rush woke up and they responded using their balanced scoring attack. This here, a great pass by the captain, Ryan Keenan, over to Austin Shanks, and where he likes to set up in Shanksville, we can almost call it. Ovi's got his office, Shanks has Shanksville. Clark Walters become a passing machine over to Robert Church, little hesitation, and Robert Church doing what he does best. And then it is Jake Naso, scoop score going betwixt the pantaloons there on Zach Higgins for his 2nd of the year.
Massive windup for Naso. He also won 8 faceoffs in that opening half. The Rush out shooting the Black Bears 31-18. Ottawa 1 for 3 on the power play. The Rush 0 for 2. They did score a delayed penalty though. Loose ball battle. The Rush have scooped up 4 more. Ottawa's turned the ball over 4 more times. Frank Chiliano surpassed 5,000 career saves in that opening half as well. It's the Ottawa Black Bears up 5-4. Halftime continues next from Saskatchewan on ESPNU.
The NLL playoffs begin next Friday with a single elimination quarterfinals. The matchups and schedule will be announced tomorrow. Don't miss the league's top 8 competing for a chance to lift the NLL Cup. Watch all games on ESPN Plus, TSN Plus, and NLL Plus.
I mean, what a lineups we've got here. Because when you look at the top 4 teams, 3 of them are Canadian hosted. Hey, we're not trying to be biased, ESPN here, but we got some great matchups, some great home barns. You're seeing it firsthand. Rush Nation here in Saskatchewan's electric. Halifax, the Nest, just a rockin' place in Vancouver. It's the Christian Del Bianco effect. Let's call it what it is, because that place has turned things around. And obviously the number 1 seed, that's the Buffalo Bandits in Banditland. There's nothing like it.
No, certainly. I think it's great that these great home barns are being rewarded as well. Rochester's in the postseason, so if they get past the first round, they might just work themselves into a home date in the next round. Honestly, Cody, though, if I was to go ahead and start picking favorites, I gotta say Halifax has looked real good. The Nest is a hard place to play, and one team I'm selling on, the Buffalo Bandits.
Oh, well, here's what's at stake tonight, right? Georgia clinched a playoff spot with a 14-11 win over Buffalo. Ottawa eliminated because of that Georgia win. Colorado, now it's very simple. Winning, you're in. Losing, you're out. Same thing, because they're playing Calgary. That's going on at the Dome. And obviously, I think that Calgary and Colorado, two longtime rivals. It's the final game of the season. Like, just the schedule makers, chef's kiss.
Oh, absolutely. It's been great so far. As we mentioned, the dangerous Halifax Thunderbirds, not a place I'd want to go as a visitor in the postseason, beating Toronto 16-9. San Diego wins a playoff spot, beating Albany 11-10. Calgary earlier to put themselves in this win, and they're in position with a 12-9 win over Vegas. Meanwhile, Toronto 11-10 over Rochester. Toronto already been knocked out. Rochester already had a spot in, and again, April 25th, it all begins, Cody, and I have not been more excited. I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm buying Halifax, selling Buffalo, giving them some bulletin board material after Buffalo's 14-11 loss. Vancouver clinches their home game with 11-5 win over Philly. Meanwhile, at half, the win and you're in. 8-4 for the Roughnecks at home. Cody, I gave you a moment to think about it. Who you buying, who you selling?
Oh, I got zero. But again, Vancouver with Christian Del Bianco, they are on another level. All right, Ottawa up 5-4 on Saskatchewan. The third quarter is coming around the break. With NLL Plus for free, the Lazy streaming service offers fans around the world access to live games, the Lazy multi-viewer experience, full game replays, highlights, and exclusive content. Sign up today at NLL.com/plus. Territory restrictions do apply. Third quarter about to get underway here on Co-op Field in Saskatchewan. It's the Russian green and the Black Bears in white. Ottawa leading 5-4 after 30 minutes of play. Two corners do remain. Naso versus Thornbert at the dot. Naso 8 for 11 in the opening half, but Thornbert wins that, and back the other way. Kurtz in transition. Early sink made by Frank Chiliano. Loose ball gets scooped up by Mike Messenger. Messenger will go for a bit of a jog as Callum Jones steps up on him. Doesn't really have any help, though. Rush very slow to get a change. He's just going to dump this one down in the corner. Saskatchewan a little sleepy to start the third here as Ottawa with a breakaway opportunity pretty much. And then Saskatchewan with an unforced turnover as Jeff Teat sets up on the logo. 3 goals, 1 assist in the opening half of play. Black Bears on the power play. Pass got knocked down, and Matt Hosick will jog this one up. Boudreau's there with him with Barnable, 3-on-2. Boudreau, he'll cut to the middle, room to shoot, and he scores! Bar down, Bowie! We're tied at 5!
Last game, Boudreau came up big against the Colorado Mammoth with 2 goals. Tonight, he's had a couple grade A chances, and of course, buries this one here. Just heads-up awareness there by Matt Hosick to find him on the trail there. You see Hosick, he's running up. As you mentioned, already a career high in assists for Matt Hosick, who is our vote for Defensive Player of the Year. Running in transition, big shorthanded goal here for Saskatchewan as he picks up Boudreau, goes off the bar and in, and Boudreau celebrating with his 3rd goal in his last 2 games.
9th goal of the season. That ties a career high for Jake Boudreau. The Brampton product played his college days at Robert Morris University.
Also, while being 8th in the league in loose ball recoveries as well, Jake Boudreau, just a massive piece for Saskatchewan.
Naso snaps one up for Zach Mans. Mans is going to play on the ball recovery team here, and I wonder if they're looking to get some things going quick. I think that's a bit of a change. You do see some teams put their star forwards out there. Ottawa uses Jeff Teat. Zach Mans is athletic as they come.
Well, you've seen that Mans can play both sides of the ball when need be. So even if it is a face-off loss, Mans has the ability to go back, play some D, and he's athletic enough to keep up with everybody.
Shots are 31-18 in favor of the Rush after 2 quarters of play. O'Connor has it now for Ottawa. Former Whitby Junior A Warrior star. Riley O'Connor, 6'1" lefty forward. Power play still has 20 seconds to work with. Teeth. Cross got his pass right back. Low to low. That got soaked by Matt Hossick. Went about 100 feet in the air. Somehow doesn't touch anything in the rafters.
Well, that went off as a kneecap as well. You know, that's not going to feel good. He doesn't even flinch, though. That's how tough Matt Hossick is.
That would put the average human on workers' comp for 3 months. As Matt Hossick makes it look like it's fun. Connor McClelland jogs it up the floor. Floats one back over to Holden Garland. He's out of the sin bin. Rush penalty kill now 2 for 3 this evening. Ryan Keenan, far side. Snake bitten this evening. He's hit a handful of posts. Robert Church, 1 in the game. Church now inside looking for Keenan. That goes off a defender's stick and out of play. That'll be a fresh 30 clock for the Rush to work with.
Callum Jones breaking up that pass, and that's just kind of the night it's been for Ryan Keenan. Finds himself wide open with a little bit of space, and Jones goes boop and pops that thing out of play.
Brock Haley. Cross for Keenan. Keenan inside intended for Mans. Defenders all over him. Robert Church has it. Assistant captain for Saskatchewan. Jogs it over the restraining line. Church now. They'll go to the middle. Kicks it back. Brock Haley let it fly. Rebound. Shanks. That will go.
What a job of Higgins to get back and get anything in front of that Shanks rebound opportunity. Can't see if he got a piece of it, but my goodness, just getting over there is crazy.
Shanks inside intended for Brock Haley. Back the other way goes Jake Stevens. Scored in the opening half. Got his pass right back from Teeth. Ends up behind Chiliano for a second, but it rolls the other way.
They're looking like Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails the Fox on that one. 2 speedsters burning up the turf for the grade A chance there.
Mans will slow it down. Feels like he's played 3 minutes already this half. Brock Haley up top. Big wind-up bouncer. That one's going to peel some paint off the pipe.
And the Rush, again, they're up to about 10 posts hit. No exaggeration. I know I like to comically exaggerate from time to time, Cody, but by my count, that's their 10th post they've hit in this one.
Triolo. If he looks big on the floor, it's because he's 6'8". Ball back for Shanks. Far side. Off the end boards, hits the ref, and ends up in the stick of LaFontaine.
He was set up in Shanksville, just waiting to let that one go to the far side. Just missed. That's his favorite spot to go, Cody, and he hits it more often than not.
Kiernan throws this one down for Longboat. Low to low, scores! Ottawa back in the lead. Travis Longboat has his first of the game.
Longboat picked up at the trade deadline from Albany as Ottawa looked to add some more offense. They're one of the best defensive teams in the NLL that are out there, but their offense, they got a nice little jump here from Longboat. I can't wait to see what Longboat and Teat are going to do together for a full season. This one here, Longboat just using the screen, going low to low. I don't think Chiliano saw it until it was far too late. Use the defenders as your friends. Low to low, and bouncers will go. He basically connects on all those old lacrosse cliches in one shot.
4th team already for Longboat. I think he's got a home here in Ottawa. Jones in transition. Chiliano, huge save with the left arm on Stevens.
Big save there, Frank Chiliano. You know Ottawa loves their low-scoring games, so you want to make sure to keep it low until your offense can get going.
Keenan inside. Church fires and scores. Crossbar down. We're tying at 6.
The Saskatchewan Rush finally get a bounce to go their way after they hit the post for the 11th time in this contest. Robert Church put some mustard on that thing, and it goes bar down, as the kids would say these days. He just steps into one with a defender all in his face, gets the shot away. That is so hard to do, as the defenseman was doing a great job. I believe that was Kieran McKay taking that opportunity away, but Church able to overcome, shoot over the big guy, and put it behind the goal.
Church finds the back of the net, and we're even Steven on co-op field. 10:34 left to go in the third. Naso wins the face-off back, and then he's got to jog 75 feet to grab the loose ball himself.
He's all over the floor tonight.
Messenger finds Shanks, down for Keenan. LaFontaine all over him. Walter freed up some space. Haley back for Keenan. Punched out by Higgins, ends up in the corner. Church is there, 2 defenders on him. Kicks it out. Brock Haley puts himself in perfect spot. The rookie knows where to go and when to be there. Keenan gives it right back, 15-51. Robert Church on the roll. Keenan's inside, robbed by Higgins.
That's a 10-beller from Higgins right there, popping up the arm, and it's just been that kind of night for Ryan Keenan, whether it's posts or whether it's Higgins coming up huge. He's had his number tonight.
Pair of assists for Ryan Keenan so far. Teat down low. Ball zipped across, 10 on the shot clock. Longboat has it again. Scored the 6th of the game for Ottawa. Teat stopped by Frank Chiliano. Up the floor for Bobby Kidd III. BK3, right-handed shooter. He was on the right side of the floor. Generally, you'd want him on the left side of the floor. That's why he decides not to step down into one. Mans now back for Church. Church trying to go far side. Higgins denies him.
Jumping up like he's Super Mario and putting up that left hand. Zach Higgins back-to-back big saves. I mentioned that Ottawa loves to keep it tight. They've got a real good record when they're scoring when they score more than double digits. So you definitely know that they want to get it going, but they are comfortable with a tight, close game like this.
Fennell, room to let this one go. It might have scored behind Chiliano for a second. Messenger was back there to help. Chiliano kicks it out with that left pad as we hit a media timeout. Travis Longboat put Ottawa up by 1. Robert Church responds with one more of his own. An absolute dandy on a Saturday night in Saskatoon. Sleazy's new podcast, your home for player interviews, expert analysis, and all things NLL. Twice a week on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Speaking of Cooper Perkins, what a call last night. That San Diego-Albany game was incredible.
Applauso, Coop. Applauso as well for a production team as I stumbled my way trying to talk about Ottawa's varying records. And our boy Jackson back in the booth is like, "Okay, John, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you a graphic." When Ottawa scored single digits, they're just 1-8. When they score double digits, 7-1. They're only scoring 10.4 goals a game, which is the lowest in the NLL, which is incredible when you've got a guy with 56 goals on your team. So you can tell the trade deadline acquisitions, they wanted to get more offense because their defense and their goaltending is so good. So we're going to see if they're going to buck the trend here as they are in a low-scoring one in this one, Cody.
Robert Church, he's on hat trick watch. 2 already. Inside feed. Mans is there and he scores. Air Mans. The Rush have 7.
Can I say it twice in a game, Cody? Betwixt the pantaloons of Zach Higgins goes Air Mans. Zach Mans going airborne. He puts it between the legs. Higgins has been so good tonight, coming up with a couple massive saves before that. But Mans steps on the gas and catches the defender absolutely out of position. Reed Kurtz was looking at his goaltender on this one. Mans uses Kurtz as a screen, who's about 2 feet away from his goaltender, and goes between the legs. Not a lot Zach Higgins can do when you're being screened from 2 feet away by your own guy.
Yeah, the Rush have had success against Higgins over the last couple of games as well. Like, they've scored 18 goals on 57 shots against Higgins. I know he was in Philly, it's different teams, but they've got the scout. This is the Whitby Warriors Bowl. The amount of alumni on the floor is ridiculous. And the Rush have figured out Higgins up until this point because he has been phenomenal this evening in a Black Bears sweater. Naso a face-off win. Walter gets the offense going. Haley down for Shanks. That pass got knocked down. It's free game in the slot. And it'll be Stevens who comes out with it.
Stevens having himself a nice game, really showing off his speed so far in this one. A couple grade A opportunities in transition and 1 goal from that spot as well.
Riley O'Connor, Georgetown alumni. Teat near side, defended by Barnable. Teat now a little backhand dish. Fennell thought about a fadeaway shot. Now he's going to have to go down low. 4 on the shot clock. Late opportunity. Chiliano with a huge save. Boudreau's got the loose ball.
Frank Chiliano passing 5,000 career saves tonight. A big milestone for the Big Rush goaltender who's had himself a career year with a sub-10 goals against coming into this one.
Brock Haley finds Triolo. Triolo, heavy wind up. 5 bullets snuck behind Higgins. and rolls to the right of the goal.
He got about 97% of it, just about enough to put some English on it, and it rolls out of harm's way. Big, heavy shot there by Triolo. Higgins up to the task and getting a fortunate bounce.
You ask goaltenders, and they'll say Mike Triolo has one of the hardest shots in the league. Some would say he doesn't use it often enough. Jeff Teat up top, long boat, trying to go cross body. This is wide, scooped up by Connor McClelland. He'll go in transition, 5 assists this year. Holden Garland now, step down, scores! Holden Garland runs it in from Radisson. He's got his second of the season.
That was one of those moments. Garland looked up, looked like he wanted to pass, stopped and went, I guess I'll shoot. You could tell that's not what he had on his mind running down there, but the Ottawa defense just backs off and lets number 70 walk on in, and he's going to take that shot. The former goaltender, till he was in Bantam, probably knows where to put it. Nice shot there near the junction of the post and the crossbar, past the left arm of Zach Higgins, and Holden Garland's got his second of the season. And he, as you mentioned, Cody, is going to be one of just 6 rush players to log in all 18 games this season.
Just an absolute warrior, too. It's not like he's been 100%. This guy blocks as many shots as anyone, takes a lot of abuse, and plays a very physical game. Robert Church now looking for the hat trick. That ball got deflected. Good eye by Higgins to catch the knuckleball.
Sometimes those knuckleballs, those off-speed ones, are hard to stop. Cody changes directions a couple times, but Higgins up to the task.
Connor Kiernan now surveys the floor. Finds Jeff Teat. Teat now. Kiernan, little step down, save made by Frank Giuliano. That caught him up high. That's the plastic throat guard there. At least it looks like he's okay, but we got a call on the floor.
We do. There was a hard pick on Mike Messenger as he was trying to get over to cover Jeff Teat, and instead Eric Fennell goes up high. The Ohio State product will spend 2 minutes or less in the bin of sin.
Ottawa number 43, minor penalty, illegal cross-check.
Here's another look at the cross-check that's sending Saskatchewan to the power play right in the middle of your screen. Right in the back. High area, not a lot of padding there. Messenger, tough as they come. You know he's not going to flop. But the refs know that's a clear penalty. Austin Shanks now, right in strong power play. Keenan's in the corner. Over to Brock Haley. Up top for Shanks. Shanks now, down for Keenan. Inside Church, stopped by Higgins.
That again takes a bounce towards the back of the net, but Higgins almost made 2 saves in 1 and deflects it out of harm's way, robbing Robert Church.
Black Bears are shorthanded. They've scored 5 shorthanded goals this season. The Rush have allowed 12. Teat. First sundown. Doesn't to get something on goal. Boudreau. He'll try to defend Taggart Clark. Pushes him out. Ball ends up in the corner. And that will give the Rush possession here with 5:05 left to go in the third.
The Rush have done a much better job of keeping Hossack and Messenger in the area of Jeff Teat in this second half than they did in the opening half. And you're starting to see it, Cody, as he's gone since the first quarter without a goal.
Probably should cover that Teat guy.
Not a bad idea.
Church up top. Lefty strong look this time. Mans flips it. Behind Keenan, Walter grabs in the corner, spins off a check. Mance for Church, short side goes wide. Walter on the rebound, couldn't get anything on it.
That one buzzed the tower. I think that went off the mask of Higgins and out of harm's way. It's about the third one he's taken off the coconut tonight.
Keeping it a 2-goal game here. Teat has it. Black Bears are shorthanded. Hossack, another cause turnover. He leads the league in that. That's number 35 on the season now for Matt Hossack.
The Rush taking advantage of the fact they're a man up to double-team Jeff Teat there and force the turnover.
Rush have 15 seconds left to work with on the power play. Mans now. Magnet chasing him down. Walter's out there as well. 3 lefties on the floor. Robert Church with it. Church up top. Mance down for Keenan. Walter to the corner. Back over to Church. Short side. Scores. Throw those hats. It's a power play marker for the Rush.
The recently new dad, Robert Church, with a hat trick here tonight. I'd argue, Cody, his best game since learning what not sleeping at night is like for Bobby Church. Bobby ball game coming up here, going short side. Shot clock was expiring, so you knew the shot was coming. Higgins not able to get over in time. I mean, Church just so quick from catching that to the shot with accuracy going the short side, and he's all smiles there as he gets his 30th of the season.
5th hat trick of the year as well for Robert Church, the franchise leader in goals. Naso, another face-off win. That's been a key for the Rush this season. Derek Keenan hosted a hot stove with season ticket holders last night and spoke very highly of the rookie out of Duke. Man's net over to Triolo. Big wind up there. Almost snuck one through Higgins again. This time he holds on to it with the left arm of the body. Back the other way goes Ottawa in transition. You wonder if they start to push the pace. It opened up the floor for him in the opening quarter. Since then, not as much. O'Connor runs it down the near side half wall. LaFontaine, he'll stay in play. Why not? 10 on the shot clock. Floater by Longboat. Try to place this one. Pretty Clark backdoor feed. Sundown denied by Chiliano.
Well, and you're bang on that, Cody, as well. The teams that have had success against the Rush have run a lot, so I wouldn't be shocked to see Ottawa go back to that here.
2:55 left to go in the third quarter. 1, 2, 3. Count them up. Robert Church has a hat trick.
Courtesy of Hotel Planner, the official hotel reservations partner of the NLL. Well, Rush head coach Jimmy Quinlan says that Jake Boudreau is the epitome of what a Rush player should be in terms of how he competes and his attention to detail. And that attention to detail is exactly what Jake Boudreau is focusing on this game tonight. He says he's already nervous about what will be his first playoff game next weekend, so he wants to bring a lot of energy to this match, making sure that he's getting those changes, putting that extra effort in. When I asked him if he wanted to try to open up the scoring like he did against Colorado last weekend, he said, I always aim to, but I guess he's going to have to just settle for opening up the scoring of the second half and being a huge part of this Rush comeback. Cody?
Transition player of the year, question mark. I would not be surprised to see him in one of the final nominee stages. Boudreau's been phenomenal. And one of the big changes, too, he's been living in Market again. And I know just talking to him on a regular basis, he says his body feels so much better when you don't have to travel 18 weeks a season. Instead, it's just 9.
Oh, it's a great city to live in, too. You and I both live here. I love seeing the players really embracing Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, and moving to in-market. I get it, for a lot of these guys, it's away from their families, but love seeing it out of the guys that all decide to make this place their home.
Teed up top. Black Bears down by 3. 2 and change left to go in the quarter. Teet's going to drive inside. That pass got knocked down by Hossack.
See, that's the matchup the Rush want. They've been getting it way more this half.
Boudreau in transition over to Robert Church for 4. Count it. Straight cash from Church.
As Heather mentioned, Jake Boudreau's been paying more attention to the details. The detail he had on that one is, hey, Robert Church is coming off the bench. I should dish to him. But this play starts because Boudreau is the kind of player that is absolutely a threat whenever he has the ball. So you had 2 options there. You let Boudreau shoot, who's had success, as we mentioned, 3 goals in his last 2 games, or Robert Church, who's one of the best scorers in the league.
Yeah, that was. Boudreau's been so good in transition, like ever since his rookie year, honestly. But he's also just a confident guy, and things are getting heated on the floor there as words are exchanged. Again, Ottawa had a chance to make the playoffs, but tonight that's been squashed as Georgia pulls off the upset over the #1 seed Buffalo. Final night of the regular season, and it's a dream that got crushed. Saskatchewan had the same thing last year, playing Toronto on home turf. Sometimes the game's just not friendly to you. Jeff Teat with it again. 3 to shoot. This one goes a few feet wide as the shot clock expires. Now O'Connor and Bobby Kent are going to get into it. O'Connor's got Kent in thirds cage. in a firm grip. Cooler heads will prevail and the gloves will remain off the turf.
Well, I can tell you one thing, thanks to Heather Morrison informing me for this from between the benches. One of the chirps that the Rush players have been saying is Georgia to Ottawa. I could see why, if you're a Black Bears player, you might want to turn the green black and blue after hearing that.
I don't know what you'd really say to that. It's funny, though. Here you get a little bit of look at the rough stuff behind the play. But in talking with Ottawa, team players, staff this morning, the message is like, hey, we don't care what else is going on. We're not looking at our phones. We're not doing this. We're not doing that. I find it hard to believe that hasn't leaked its way into the dressing room and bench as the conversation between continues, as Fennell is long over the boards, having some words with the Rush players. Back underway, though. 4-on-4, plenty of space out there. Man's now bobbled. Jones lost his helmet, almost continued to play.
And they're going to give him the penalty for doing exactly that, Cody. When your helmet comes off, you either need to put it back on or head to the bench. If you play, this is what happens.
Number 11, 2 minutes. Delay game for players without a helmet.
So Callum Jones, the 3rd overall pick back in 2023. Here you go. You got to look at it. His helmet comes off, and it's not how his helmet comes off, but it's him staying out and taking that step towards the Rush player with the ball.
Absolutely, and that's what's caused the delay of game penalty. If he puts his helmet back on or heads to the bench, he's good. But doing that will send him to the bin of sin.
Rush on the power play 0 for 2 so far. Keenan has a Church up top, looking for 5. This one is going to be just saved instead of being over and back. Man's got back. Blink of an eye. Here's Shanks inside. It's behind Higgins. He ends up in the net. The ball doesn't.
The old members bounce for the Rush, and then a great save by Higgins. Looked like he had been beaten by Shanks. Instead, it pops out the other side.
Now, I know Higgins, everyone's talking about him as a goalie of the year candidate, and seeing him for the first time in person in a Black Bears sweater this season, boy, he has been sensational. Fennell flips it. T takes it. This one bounces wide. Ball got knocked down by Hosek. Boudreau's going to scoop it up here. Boudreau, there's less than 30 seconds to go. Shot clock and game clock are basically a wash right now. So the Rush might as well get their power play out here and go for one more look. Church down for Shanks. Keenan's up top, still a 4-on-3. Throws a bounce pass through everyone. Backdoor, Shanks taps it home. Oh, it's like he's at the open. Austin Shanks on the backdoor.
Definitely not Rory at the Masters with a short putt there, Cody. Instead, it's Austin Shanks getting open. He'd been covered so well by that Ottawa defense, the lefties on him. Keenan this time, as he's done so often, he's not even looking at Shanks when he lets that pass go. The no-look pass to Austin Shanks, who jumps in the air to seal the deal. What a pass from Ryan Keenan. He might have hit about 17 posts tonight, Cody, but man, what a dish that was. That's better. That's a better dish than what you're going to see at most homes for Sunday Easter dinner tomorrow.
Keenan's got 4 assists. Naso face-off went back for McClellan. Rush have time for a shot potentially. Church off the bench. Higgins a big save to close out quarter number 3. Hey, you look at the start, it was all Ottawa in the opening minute of this quarter. Saskatchewan found a switch, and they flipped it. An incredible 7-goal quarter as them up 11-6. Saskatchewan all over Ottawa as we head into quarter number 4 on ESPNU. Saskatchewan leading Ottawa 11-6 after 45 minutes of play. Don't forget our Stanley Cup playoff first round coverage begins tomorrow with 3 game ones. Devils Hurricanes on ESPN at 3 Eastern. Sens Maple Leafs is on ESPN 2 at 7. Yeah, looking forward to that one. Brady Tkachuk versus Austin Matthews. Come on. And then back on ESPN, it's the Golden Knights who host the Wild at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Our pregame coverage begins with the point at 2 Eastern on ESPN 2. The road to the Cup, it's on.
Cody, you made a Matt Sundin reference earlier in this one. How pumped are you for the Battle of Ontario to be back in prime time? Some battles we got. We're starting to figure out the March to May here. Little reset for your playoff scenarios. What's at stake tonight? Last end of the regular season. Georgia, they're into the postseason as they beat Buffalo 14-11. Ottawa, their season is over after tonight's the Georgia win. Meanwhile, Colorado, Calgary, basically starting the playoffs a week early. What a great appetizer. And right now, the winner of that one going in from the Rough House in Calgary, the Roughnecks up 10-4 on Colorado as the play-in for that last playoff spot. Applauso to the schedule makers for having that one there.
I know anything can happen, but that might be good night Jim Kite for the Colorado Mammoth. But on Co-op Field, I've got a good one brewing. 4-on-4, plenty of split space out there. Rush had a 7-goal third quarter. That was on 16 shots. Robert Church with it now. Flips it. Austin Shanks trying to go low to low. Higgins read him like a book.
Meanwhile, the Saskatchewan Rush 8-2 this season while leading after 3 quarters. So this one might not be done as they've dropped 2 after leading after 3.
Bobby Kidd the third causes the turnover. Had a man up front. Passes just in front of Matt Hossack.
I like the game that BK3 has been playing tonight. The Rush are presumably maybe getting a couple healthy bodies back for the postseason, but I think it's going to be real difficult to remove Bobby Kidd III from this lineup.
And he was a healthy scratch at the start of the year.
Right.
He was the guy who had to earn his way back into the lineup. He's done just that. Now he's drawn a penalty.
He's a guy that we were talking about maybe as a trade chip.
44, 2 minutes, legal cross check.
Until he earned his way into the lineup. And to me tonight, Cody, this has been the best game for BK3. You see that kind of hard work right here. When you go to the boards with a loose ball like that, just being able to survive the defensive onslaught, never mind draw a penalty.
That's a tough second cross check there.
Oh, absolutely.
Mans up top for Church to Shanks. Down low, Brock Haley. Austin Shanks. Up for Mans. Robert Church down for Keenan. Pass got deflected. Good stick down there by Noseworthy. Forecheck is on. He'll airmail one for Callum Jones. Dual sport athlete in college. Jones, hockey player, lacrosse player, all at Norwich while majoring in criminal justice. Jeff Tate scored 3 goals, the first 3 goals of the game, all in the opening quarter. It's been held quiet since. Up top, Kieran rips one off the post, I believe, and that came shooting back at Chiliano, who just fell back on it. He looked way too calm for that hitting the pipe.
I think he knew where it hit him. It looked like it hit him in the calf where you don't have a ton of protection, so I think Chiliano knew it was under him. So he does the flop, keeps it out, and keeps this a 5-goal lead for Saskatchewan.
Lefty strong look. Zach Mans is up top. Pride of Victoria. Mans for Keenan inside. Robert Church is there. Pump fake, put him on skates. Robert Church on the power play has his 5th of the game.
Robert Church has come to play tonight, Cody, and he's been doing it all while getting beat up after every single goal. When you think of the typical Robert Church goal, you're thinking that big shot from a little bit farther back. No, tonight he's been getting into the dirty areas here. Goes to the middle. He knows he's going to get hit, makes the play anyways, able to beat Zach Higgins. You get a great look here as he goes between the 2 defenders and behind Higgins. And the Rush power play starting to figure some things out. 5 on the game for Robert Church. And if you're the Rush, that's a guy you want on fire heading into the postseason.
Well, put him on sock trick watch. The Rush have a dozen. Ottawa with half that. Mance across the floor for Austin Shanks. 33 in green. He'll roll up top. Mans for Shanks. Shanks now. Defender on him and Stevens. Down for Walter. 3 on the shot clock. Walter's got space inside. Big save by Higgins. Off the shoulder. Ottawa can't afford to give up anything else now. Basically need a goal every couple minutes if you want to force overtime. Have to be perfect defensively too. Keenan for Shanks. He's stopped by Higgins.
Ryan Keenan has been robbed by the post and Higgins a few times, but up to 5 assists now tonight, Cody.
Kiernan's off the bench. Barnable on the back check. Gave him a bit of a whack. Fennell has it now on the half wall. Good switch there with Bobby Kidd the third. Boudreau up on Longboat, pushing him down into the corner. Kiernan's there. Backdoor feed intended for Fennell. Rush defenders all over these Black Bear forwards. That's a defensive clinic you would show any minor lacrosse team, and then the Rush go and throw one away. That's just how things work, folks. That's just the beauty of the game, is that defensive shift is as good as they come. That breakout is something you don't want anyone to see.
You broadcaster cursed them in real time, Janner.
Kieran defended by Barnabal. Call coming here. Some hard picks are getting set as Sundown and Bobby Kidd III continue to have some words. Jeff Teat wants to talk to him also. I think both might be going here.
Well, I've said it before. If you want to control the game, you can't always take two. Because all that's going to happen is the guys just get more and more riled up and you're not punishing anybody's team. So if you're going to keep taking two, expect the rough stuff to continue.
Ottawa 68, 2 minutes, illegal cross check. Saskatchewan, number 3, 2 minutes, slashing.
Slashing's the call on Bobby Kidd III. Again, 4-on-4. I feel like this is like the third or fourth time we've had 4-on-4 already tonight.
It is because of all these shenanigans, the physicality, the physical stuff that we love watching as lacrosse fans. But again, they've always been taking two. It hasn't been a situation where you put anybody in a man-down situation. So we have seen a lot of 4-on-4 tonight. And for a bit, we definitely saw a little 4-on-3 action. So we've seen some unique sets, but it seems like those have definitely favored the Rush.
And the Rush are the least penalized team in the league. they don't really use that gate too much.
No, absolutely not. It's going to work out tonight.
Ryan Keenan down low, Rush possession here. Man's with it. Shanks and Church are the righties on the floor. Austin Shanks takes circle drive, whips it down for Ryan Keenan. Little spin moving inside. One hands it back. Austin Shanks to the middle. Short side denied by Higgins. This one's going to bounce out, and Stevens might have a breakaway if he can scoop it up cleanly. Kiernan's off the bench. O'Connor's up top. O'Connor 3-on-2. Down low for Kiernan. Couple of fakes, and he's stoned by Chiliano.
I think Hossack might have got a piece of that as well, too, Cody. Chiliano, Hossack working together to keep that one out of the back of the net.
Kiernan working a two-man game with Longboat. Backdoor feed, get out of town! Frank Chiliano does it again. Here's Boudreau on a breakaway. Boudreau scores! Back the other way. Boudreau makes him pay.
Bananas Lance. That's all I can say about that, Cody. 10-bell save by Frank Chiliano down to our left, and Jake Boudreau springs on the breakaway. That's back-to-back 2-goal games for Boudreau. We get a look here. Look at that save. No doubt that was all Chiliano there. And then Boudreau steps on the Jets. You know he's got the ability to score there. And again, the only way you can describe it, just bananas. Bananas, Cody, that sequence of events.
That's lacrosse, baby. Best sport in the world, and what a sequence right there.
Wow.
Boudreau now up to 10 goals on the season. That's a career high for the youngster out of Brampton.
SVP's got that tape now, right? Because I feel like that's a SportsCenter top 10, that entire sequence.
Naso in a battle here. Loose ball kicked out, and Ottawa picks it out of the pile. Organi up top as Fennell comes on to help. Kurtz will hit him. Delaware product, Reed Kurtz over to Fennell. Out of the Ohio State University, little flip pass. Kiernan there. Big check by Barnable, put the ball on the turf. 5 on the shot clock, kick to the corner by Jared Smith. Does that so the shot clock can expire. And with that shot clock expiring means we're at a media timeout. Robert Church, have yourself a game. 5 goals, 8 points. The Rush offense has arrived in this second half. They lead 13-6. Here's this week's Sunday night baseball matchup. Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado. The Padres take on Jose Altuve and the Astros in the series finale at Lincoln Park. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Our coverage begins at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific with baseball tonight. Sunday night countdown.
Can't go wrong with a good Sunday night baseball game. Love to see it, Cody. You know what else I'd love to see? Robert Church's performance tonight. The all-time goal scorer in Saskatchewan Rush history has been dialed tonight. He's got 5. He's on Sock Trick Watch to add 3 assists as well. So we get a look at all 5 goals. Recently became a dad for the first time, and admittedly, his game slowed down a bit. He wasn't getting any sleep. I can tell you as a dad, as soon as you embrace the fact you're never sleeping again, Cody, it kind of works out for you. Robert Church, heck of a game so far tonight, and one of the nicest guys you'll meet in lacrosse.
8 points as he jogs over the restraining line with the rock. Inside feed intended for Brock Haley. Ball rolls to Clark Walter. Walter in for Keenan on this shift. Still 4-on-4 for a couple more seconds. Walter, 10 on the shot clock. Little swim move. Oh, and he got it again. Jones just bit the glass. Bobby Kidd III takes a heavy hit. Backdoor, Walter scores! Clark Walter brings Rush Nation to their feet!
Maybe the most underrated player on this Rush team is Clark Walter. He gets to the dirty areas. He distributes the ball, and a little bit of, whoops, excuse me, Dwight Schrute spinorama a couple times, goes around the defender, puts him in a blender, starts and finishes the play. That was all Clark Walter. Love seeing the hard work he puts in get rewarded. What an oopsie-daisy, see you later kind of play. Just amazing.
What a feed by Brock Haley also. Like Bobby Kidd III, he makes that pass across and he just gets decked right in the jaw. And then Brock Haley with a feed through multiple defenders. Beautiful stuff right there.
Brock Haley looks like a veteran.
Naso takes a cheap shot behind the play from Borgatti. Cheap shot on Jake Naso and means the penalty's coming up against Ottawa here, barring another Rush goal. Church will flip it. Shanks will take it. Higgins makes the save. Loose ball still free. Walter grabs it. Church will slow it down here. 8:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. Mans for Keenan. Keenan inside. Shanks puts it in the corner. The Rush still have 15 seconds left to kill. Shanks has taken some abuse on the far side of the floor. Keenan near side rips one off the post. As Shanks will continue to get into it. I believe that's Burkhoff down there, Marinier. Couple of defenders giving it to Austin Shanks, and I think we're getting multiple penalties here. Borgatti knows where he's going.
Well, the temperature has been absolutely turned up, Cody. You can see Frank Chiliano heading back to the bench, absolutely giving it to the Ottawa bench after the Naso shot.
And here's how you know the refs made the right call, because there's not a peep coming from the Ottawa bench. They know those were penalties, and they're probably lucky some are minors.
Ottawa number 58, minor penalty, slashing. Ottawa number 4, minor penalty, legal cross check, 5-on-3.
And it'll be 5-on-3 for Saskatchewan here. They're going to the power play. They'll run it 4-on-3. They'll keep Messenger up high. Remember, Ottawa's eliminated from the playoffs. They're not playing next weekend. Saskatchewan is, so if you're the Rush, you got to be smart because you got something to play for here. Can't avoid or can't risk any broken bones. Church with the bouncer. Got tipped and ends up going out of play. It'll still be Rush ball.
Well, especially when Jake Naso has already missed time earlier this season after a similar shot.
All but 6 Rush players have missed time this year.
Let's not forget that.
Mans with a step down. Some high heat buzzes the tower.
Can equipment manager Mark Beret get some bubble wrap for these guys under the jerseys?
Ottawa playing 3v5 here. Offense hops out. Kieran O'Connor. Ball got knocked free, though. Messenger and Barnable. Boy, the Rush have a 3-headed monster on defense. And Mike Messenger, Matt Hossack, and Jake Boudreau all are top 15. Loose balls, cause turnovers. It's just what's led to this team's success this year. They're allowing 10 goals against per game. That's second best in the NLL. Church up top, looking for the sock trick. Bounces this one into row 1 instead.
Well, then once you get past a three-headed monster, you're dealing with Frank Chiliano, who's just been lights out since he donned the green jersey the last 2 years. And to me, it was a huge signing for this team, signing him for another couple seasons.
O'Connor down to Clark. Boudreau knocks it free. He'll go for a jog as well. Finds Jarrett Smith. Austin Shanks as Smith sets the seal. Shanks backdoor feed. Keenan count it. Ryan Keenan, the captain, has his first of the game.
Keenan's probably had more scoring opportunities than anybody on the floor tonight, and he finally doesn't hit the post. Captain Keenan, his first goal of the night to go along with 5 assists so far. Finds himself an open spot. Again, he's been finding himself in openings. He's been having a great game offensively. Guy's just been absolutely snake bitten. This one on the 5-on-3, he's able to get behind Higgins, and that's got to feel good after getting so much iron in your diet tonight.
9th shot of the game for Ryan Keenan. That doesn't happen very often.
And I think 5 of those were off the post, Cody. I know the one went post-post. That doesn't count as 2 shots, but my goodness, the man's been snake bitten.
Naso now is going to cause a turnover. He's already got a goal in this game. Naso driving inside. Decides against shooting it. Finds the outlet for Matt Hossack. Magnan tosses him to the turf as Robert Church will slow it down. Rush on the power play for the next 17 seconds. Man's up top for Church. Shanks is there. Little pump fake. Haley inside. He's denied by Higgins. He's also had some chances. And Brock Haley, I know he's got a few assists. The goals haven't been dropping for him tonight.
No, but the thing I love about Brock Haley is he looks like a veteran out there. Like, you really saw in the last goal there that he had the assist on. The quick pass there to Clark Walter. He doesn't make those mistakes a lot of young guys make. He fits so well into this offense. He's making the right play even if he's not burying the ball.
Zach Mantz outside. That's punched out by Higgins. Rush a shot away from 60 in the contest.
In front of the biggest crowd we've seen at SaskTel Center this season. The atmosphere is back here, Cody, and I am for it.
Longboat for Fennell. Inside feed. Longboat's got room, and he's stopped by Chiliano.
Second half, to me, has been the story of Jake Stevens and Travis Longboat. They've been Ottawa's best 2 players, and definitely guys you're going to want to keep building around heading into next year. Ottawa fell into the trap of maybe early in the season a little too much of the Jeff Teat show. Now he's got some options around him heading into next year.
Frank Chiliano, 18 of 20 since that opening quarter.
Unbelievable.
Robert Church now has to climb a ladder to catch this one. Backdoor. Walter's in front, and it just pops out of his stick.
Walter looking for his second of the night after his first one. He put his defender in a blender. He's had himself a great game.
Jeff Teat now. Little behind the back flip. Not sure Kiernan was ready for it. Clark has it now. He'll cut to the middle. Fadeaway shot. Save made by Chiliano. Rebound. He's got it as well.
Bit of a rough start to the first quarter for Frank Chiliano, but he has absolutely been dialed in since then. But even a rough start for Chiliano. He had 3 grade A chances.
Is it a rough start when it's 51 in white with a walk-in breakaway?
And then 51 in white with an uncontested shot. And then 51 in white cutting down the middle. No, I don't think it's a rough start. According to the numbers, it is.
Kurtz now transition, partial breakaway. Kurtz stopped by Chiliano. Ball in the corner. Travis Longboat runs up on it. Acquired via Albany. Now he's got a double team. Hossack and Bobby Kidd the third are on him. He slips through there. Won't go for the dunk attempt. Instead, he finds Kiernan. O'Connor and Teat are up top as well. Hidden ball trick. O'Connor has it. Drops it for Teat. Down to the corner. Sundown. Rush up by 9. 4 minutes left to go. Teat inside. That one's going to ring the red.
Cody, I believe that's his first shot this quarter.
Definitely hasn't been shooting it as much, but the Rush have done a much better job of making sure he's not catching too many passes cleanly, and when he does, they're getting out on hands relatively quick. Hossack up there. Kiernan behind the net. Dunk attempt coming. Chiliano got over to that right pipe and makes the save. Frank Chiliano has been phenomenal in this second half. Rush are running away with this one. Ryan Keenan, the captain, has his first of the game, puts the Rush up 15-6 on home soil.
Assist of the game is brought to you by Eero, and this one was another easy choice. Again, Captain Ryan Keenan with another assist of the game. This time a no-looker as he gets this dish and goes all the way across to Austin Shanks. Doesn't look at him once. He knew Shanks was going to be there, who springs through the air, catches in the perfect spot, puts it behind Zach Higgins. That's your assist of the game, brought to you by Eero.
It's been a lot to choose from.
Oh, yeah.
Credit to those in the truck going through. Saskatchewan's got 15. Ottawa has 6. The Rush out shooting Ottawa 58-30 as Robert Church, looking for his 6th of the game, just rips one wide. Shanks up top. Church sets the pick. Shanks now. Magnan's all over him. Church lets it go again. This one's kicked out by Higgins. Now Shanks just got folded into the boards by Magnan. Penalty coming. And it'll be a board on Luke Magnan.
Magnan, yeah, going to the bin of sin there on Shanks, and you can see the other veteran Ottawa players saying, okay, hold up here. You think they might want to take it into the muck. If you're the Rush, you don't want to get into the muck, but good job there by some of the vets not escalating that any further.
2 minutes boarding.
Now, if you're the Rush, do you just basically use this last 2 minutes unless you get a grade A chance to try to kill off some more time, Cody?
Yeah, I mean, you want to make sure the power play's dialed come playoff time, though. You don't get those many opportunities for actual game reps. And so, while we can't hear what Derek and Jimmy are saying to him, I think that these are opportunities too valuable to waste this late in the season. Back for Church. Quick stick opportunity. Ends up going to Higgins through a bounce. Callum Jones now stops up on the logo. Ottawa eliminated from playoff contention. The Rush will play on Saturday against the 7 seed. 2017, that was a fun year. O'Connor on the restraining line. Pushed back by Hossack. Longboat. 2 defenders on him. Boudreau's going to cause the turnover. Hossack's got the loose ball.
Meanwhile, the win and you're in game between Calgary and Colorado with just 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 10-5. The Roughnecks leading the Mammoth. Loser of that one starts their summer early. Winner, they're into the postseason.
Austin Shanks. Give and go with Walter behind the net. Manziel keeps spinning the ball around. Church up top, scores! Throw him if you got him. The Sox are flying in Sastel Center.
I love seeing the Sox hit the turf. People here in Saskatchewan know what it's all about. We got a sock trick for Robert Church tonight. Gonna have to get the crew out there. I'm really hoping that these are not like the socks you've been wearing, that maybe you brought them, because that's an unfortunate, if it is the ones they've been wearing, that's an unfortunate pickup there. As we see a member of the Rush staff, our good friend Rob King, he's out on the turf picking those stinky socks up from the sock trick for Robert Church. Look at the wheels on him.
Slim's flying out there.
Oh, Slim looks like he could suit up with those kind of wheels.
So the Rush have now made a little change at the dot. Bobby Kidd III is going to step in to take faceoffs against Thornburg. Again, I wonder if we see that top unit touch the floor. And if they are, again, they're going to play it smart, right? They're professionals on both sides. But I think you do have to be careful. As Bobby Kidd III, I believe he's bleeding. And that's why he had to go off. He was bleeding on his leg.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Looks like a little rug burn. He's getting looked at by the training staff. So Matt Hossack jumps in to take the draw.
Thornburg scoops it back for Kurtz. Delaware Blue Hen product. They've got a social media thing, the NLL. I saw the Accioni article there, too. I think that's one of the more creative things. I love seeing the NCAA programs giving their box lacrosse players some love, too, right? You know, it's a two-way street, and I think both games work well with each other at times. Here's Travis Longboat back for Teat. Trying to bounce that one far side. 82 seconds remain in regulation. Saskatchewan looking for win number 13 on the season. It would be home win number 5. Remember at halftime when we talked about the Rush trailing? Well, they were 4-2 when trailing at the half. That's going to be 5-2 now. Talk about a team that plays resilience.
Well, and speaking on that, too, they're going to move to 9-1 when the other team scores first, Cody.
That's a crazy stat. As Brock Haley's robbed by Higgins.
They give up the first goal, and it's like, we got him exactly where you want him. We're down. That's it. We're just going to come back. And not only that, tonight, for the Rush, Ottawa looked like an absolute wagon. You had their players running all over the floor. Jeff Teat looked like he was just going to score 10 goals tonight.
As Fidel gets blown up by Messenger. Huge hit now. Jared Smith can't grab the loose ball. In front, Sundown scores. Number 7 for Ottawa.
Nice individual play by Sundown, taking advantage of the chaos created by Mike Messenger coming out of nowhere to lay the beat down. Not a lot Chiliano could do there. Sundown, great opportunity, great look. He's got his first of the game, but he's been buzzing all game, Cody. That's one name you've been saying a lot. Another one of these Ottawa players that I think they got to stick around. He's a great compliment on the left side to Jeff Teat. He's fast. You see this little move here. So it looks like that was Mike Triolo stuck out on defense. Burns the forward, finds the back of the net.
24 goals on the year. Remember, Jacob Dunbar scratched from this one as well. One of their top scorers this season with 23 on the year. Not in the lineup, and Ottawa's offense held the single digits again, where Heather Morrison and you, John Fraser, you told us that's where they've struggled this year. And the Rush offenses came to play. 12 seconds left to go in regulation. Boudreau awaits the pass from Frank Chiliano. He's going to walk this one up here, and Rush Nation take it away. Saskatchewan is heading to the postseason for the first time in 6 years. 16-7 is the final on Co-op Field.
We are so back, Cody. Great game here by the Rush offense, stymied early on. We even said early that it was like this team had gone for a nap, not something you can do against a hungry and desperate Ottawa team, but they woke up. Jimmy Quinlan had some words that, according to Heather Morrison, she'll repeat to us later, but we can't share on the broadcast. Getting the guys going, everybody's fired up. Love to see it. You can tell this, and this is the way you want to head into the playoffs. If you watch sports, you know you want to go into the playoffs on a heater, and the Rush hanging 16 goals at home is exactly the way that you want to go into the postseason.
Yeah, 27 goals in their last 2 games, couple of wins to close out the regular season, and this one came with some adversity, down 4-3 after a Jeff Teat hat trick in the opening quarter. Down 5-4 at half, they come back to win. Here's a look around the NLL so far, week 21. Halifax over Toronto 16-9 on Friday. San Diego beat Albany 11-10 last night. Calgary beat Vegas 12-9. Earlier today, it was Rochester falling at home to Toronto 11-10. As there was a couple more in Georgia, the big one, 14-11 the final. Georgia wins, they're in. Vancouver 11-5 winners is over Philly. They've clinched a home playoff game, and it's Calgary well on their way to the dance. 11-5 over Colorado.
We're going to announce the matchups and schedule tomorrow morning, 9 Eastern time. That's 7 for those of us here in Saskatchewan. A little morning coffee that I know you and I are going to be blowing up our phones, texted about the matchups tomorrow morning, Jody.
Absolutely buzzing to see Saskatchewan's first round matchup. Rush Nation brought the heat, and the offense followed suit. Ryan Keenan had a 6-point game. 2 goals for Austin Shanks and Zach Mans. 2 for Jake Boudreau. Clark Walter with 3 points. Naso, the face-off wizard, found the back of the net. He also went 17 for 25 on draws. Frank Chiliano, really good throughout the night. They're going to give him credit for 30 saves. there was a lot of grade A chances that Frank Chiliano really held up his end of the bargain. But it was the Robert Church show. 5 goals, 3 assists. He's down with Heather right now.
Robert, you knew the outcome of this game before you came in. You could have taken it easy, but instead you absolutely unleashed. You got a sock trick. Why was a win so important to you tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't been to the playoffs for a long time, and the last kind of 4 or 5 games been win one, lose one. We wanted to get on a winning streak going into playoffs and playing our best lacrosse, and it was a pretty good second half, so hopefully we can keep it rolling into next week.
Your coach started the practice today talking about sacrifice. You sacrifice a lot to be there. Your loved ones at home, they pick up the slack. What was the significance of that speech for you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a new dad. Shout out to my wife, Deborah, my boy, Cooper. So, it's great. We're playing for something else now, and, everyone's sacrificing every weekend, and, winning makes everything worth it.
Just quickly, you're heading into the playoffs next week. What's on your mind heading into that first game?
Just win. Those one-game eliminations are tight. They're going to be tense to start. So, it's about having a good start and keeping things together and going from there and just keeping it light.
All right. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate your time. Back to you, Cody.
A year ago, it was heartbreak on home turf. Now it's nothing but smiles and grins in Sask Vegas. The Rush win 16-7 over the Ottawa Black Bears. For myself, Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison, Sabina Maud, Amran Wahidi, the whole team. It's been an awesome season. Hopefully we get to talk to you again on Saturday. Produced by Jensen Farrell, directed by Beth McBride. It's been an NLL production in association with Dome Productions. Coordinating producer for the NLL, Scott Zillatoro. Manager of broadcast, Mike Pettit. And the executive producer of the NLL is